#1 11 p.m. newscast. Channel 8 Eyewitness News in HD.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Just 3 weeks ago, a 15-year-old girl's life was cut short in a deadly car crash, and tonight we have new information about that accident.
Olivia Heighton died when the car she was in flipped over and crashed through a fence. There are a lot of questions about the accident. Among other things, investigators want to know whether the driver of the car she was in was racing when he lost control. Amanda Hernandez has been following this story, and Amanda, you say the details of the accident may be released soon.
Well, yeah, Paula, Olivia Heighton's family has actually been searching for answers since this tragic accident took her life. They say so far they haven't even been able to find out for sure if she was even wearing her seatbelt. But soon we may learn more about this deadly accident. We confirmed with Henderson Police tonight that they have finished their investigation and have handed everything over to the district attorney. At this point, the driver of the truck Olivia was riding in has not been charged, but police have always said charges may be filed against him at a later point. When we spoke with Olivia's mom last month, she said she was eager for this investigation to come to an end so she could finally get some answers.
I don't feel that the truth is out yet. I don't feel this boy is being honest. I'm sickened by what is being hidden because of what needs to be hidden right now.
Another truck with teens was also thought to be involved in the crash and possibly the other vehicle racing, but several of the people involved deny that the two drivers were racing at all. Now, there are still many pieces of this puzzle that are yet to come to light, and hopefully soon we will actually learn more about what happened. For now, reporting live, Amanda Hernandez, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Amanda, any idea how quickly charges might be filed?
Well, Paula, we do have one source that tells us that there is supposed to be a hearing tomorrow, and at that point, charges may be filed against the driver that Olivia was riding with. Paula.
Thanks, Amanda. The teen driver of the other car was Mike Mosley, the son of Judge Donald Mosley. He was arrested that night on suspicion of driving under the influence. He's been released from jail and is now on house arrest. Mosley was not supposed to be driving at all that night because of a previous court order.
Tomorrow, former football great O.J. Simpson is set to hear how long he'll spend in prison. A jury convicted Simpson for the robbery and kidnapping of 2 sports memorabilia dealers. Now, this is a case that from the beginning has garnered a lot of attention, not just in the Valley, but all around the world. Now, that same attention will be paid tomorrow when the judge announces the sentence. Eyewitness News is live. Aaron Drawhorn joins us downtown with that story. Aaron.
Dave, we are making headway. O.J. Simpson has been locked up in the Clark County Detention Center for more than 2 months now. Tomorrow morning, he will find out whether he'll spend the rest of his life behind bars. No one ever imagined a visit to Palace Station would bring down O.J. Simpson. He called it a sting to get back some of his sports memorabilia. Police thought otherwise. And before it was all over, the one-time football great, long disgraced, couldn't beat robbery and kidnapping charges.
Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime. Guilty.
After 9 weeks sitting in a cell, Simpson finally will earn his punishment.
They're going to get screwed. They're going to get such a big sentence for such a rotten case.
Famed Las Vegas defense attorney James Bucky Buchanan has been critical of this trial from the get-go, beginning with all of the players.
There are shady, and that's the problem. The case was shady.
No one knows what Judge Jackie Glass will decide. She's already read briefs filed by the defense attorneys and a report from Parole and Probation that recommends putting away O.J. Simpson and his co-defendant Clarence C.J. Stewart for 18 years.
The victims can come in, they can make a victim witness statement, and then there's also the opportunity for the defendants themselves to speak and ask for leniency from the court.
Will defendants Simpson and Stewart actually take the stand and tell their side of the story? At this point, they have nothing to lose, and it's still possible.
I've heard rumblings that one of the defendants, maybe possibly 2 defendants, will speak, but I don't know for sure.
The judge must give the defendants a minimum of 6 years in prison, but most experts are expecting a tough sentence from the bench.
Because it is O.J., he's going to get 18 to 20 years. God, I know I have murder cases that don't get that much.
Of course, critics say this is all the result of O.J. beating that murder charge in L.A. 13 years ago. At any rate, we're told the hearing tomorrow morning will last about an hour. Of course, if either of the defendants take the stand, it will be much longer. Our gavel-to-gavel coverage begins on Las Vegas 1 tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Cox Cable Channel 19. We're also streaming live on LasVegasNow.com. We're live downtown tonight. Aaron Drawhorn, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
All right, Aaron, but let's face it. I mean, this isn't going to be the end of this case. There's got to be appeals, right?
Absolutely, Dave. There will be appeals. You have to remember the former co-defendants have to be sentenced later this month as well. O.J. will move forward with an appeal, and so will Clarence Stewart, trying to get a new separate trial. Dave.
Thanks, Aaron. And a Las Vegas man will spend 44.5 years in prison for the armed robbery of several places in southern Nevada. Today, a federal judge sentenced Enrique Hurtado to 44.5 years in prison for 8 brazen robberies. Back in March, Hurtado robbed a bank, a pharmacy, 4 convenience stores, plus a casino that caught him on surveillance video. During that robbery, he fired his gun at the cashier, hitting a file cabinet. After his last robbery, Hurtado led police on a high-speed chase that ended when he wrecked his car.
Outraged UNLV students gathered at the university today to voice concerns over a proposed hike in tuition. The Board of Regents was meeting to talk about budget cuts and possible tuition increases. The Regents decided not to raise tuition for next spring, but they didn't take future increases off the table. Students and Regents say it's not fair to raise tuition at the same time that services are being cut.
Just this past semester, we've had 290 class sections cut for the upcoming semester. Almost all of our part-time faculty and staff have been released from their contracts. So UNLV students just can't afford to pay more and receive the same budget cut services that we're receiving now.
Chancellor Jim Rogers says the issue of education funding is not getting the attention it deserves, and too many Nevadans don't think it affects them. Lawmakers say more than $700 million needs to be cut from Nevada's higher education system over the next 2 years. School superintendents all over the state are working to save Nevada's public schools from budget cuts. All 16 superintendents, including Clark County's Walt Rolfes, talked to Governor Gibbons today. The group wants the state to create an education stabilization fund. That fund would keep a steady flow of money going to schools even in tough economic times. At the start of next week, the legislature will hold a special session to work out solutions to Nevada's budget crisis.
3 big companies announced major job cuts today, leaving thousands of Americans unemployed. AT&T, DuPont, and Viacom all laid off employees. In all, 15,000 people lost their jobs. Tomorrow, the government's expected to report a higher unemployment rate for November. Experts say because today's job cuts are being felt in several different areas, it shows just how deep the recession is. The head of the Federal Reserve says more needs to be done to stop the soaring number of foreclosures. Ben Bernanke says the government needs to get a handle on the housing mess because it's dragging down the rest of the economy.
Despite good faith efforts by both the private and public sectors, the foreclosure rate remains too high, with adverse consequences for both those directly involved and for the broader economy. More needs to be done.
And Bernanke says lawmakers need to help people who are close to losing their homes. He says helping people on the edge would not only keep people in their homes, but would help stabilize the overall market. The heads of the big 3 automakers are getting ready for another day in the hot seat. The executives spent today asking lawmakers for a multi-billion-dollar bailout. Now they're asking for $34 billion. That's up from the $25 billion they were asking for last week. The executives of Ford, GM, and Chrysler laid out plans to trim and tighten their operations. They need to show lawmakers that they can make changes and use any taxpayer money wisely. But so far, plans to cut bonuses and produce more fuel-efficient cars didn't seem to sway the senators.
If you made this presentation to get a bank loan, I suspect that any sensible banker would summarily dismiss your request.
The car makers say the money is essential for their survival. The head of the Auto Workers Union says without it, General Motors could fail by the end of the month. Lawmakers will spend tomorrow going over the Big Three's plans to recover.
The state is working on a new way to stop the plan to store thousands of tons of nuclear waste at Yucca Mountain. The Surface Transportation Board held a public hearing to consider the Department of Energy's proposal to build a new rail line from Caliente to Yucca Mountain. The line would run 340 miles and be used to ship the nation's nuclear waste to the proposed dump 90 miles northwest of Las Vegas. Both sides of the issue dug in.
Lincoln County is no place to put a choo-choo train carrying high-level radioactive waste.
I believe that Yucca Mountain is a safe and viable project. I believe that the waste can be transported to Yucca Mountain safely.
No timetable has been set for the board decision to allow or not the rail line. It would cost $3 billion.
National Finals Rodeo officially kicked off tonight. Thousands of rodeo fans in enjoy the big competition, and one man participating in the big event is Randon Adams. He's a rider in the team roping event. That means he and another man try to rope a calf in the fastest time possible. Randon says it's a dream to compete at NFR in front of, yes, his hometown crowd.
It's been a dream come true. I've been dreaming this since I was 2. Ever since I started coming here with my dad, that's all I really wanted to do. My mom said I had a rope in my hand.
Randon's on the road about 8 months out of the year, traveling about 120,000 miles. This year, his horse, Diesel, won Horse of the Year.
Good for him.
Must be a heck of a horse.
Yeah.
Well, the inauguration committee members want to make sure everyone gets the chance to see Barack Obama sworn in as president. So how they plan to open up the space to the public up next.
Plus, a grandfather risked his life to save his baby granddaughter. Now he's fighting to stay alive. His heroic story coming up.
I'm Ted Florendo. We saw clouds all day today, so the question is, will we see them again for tomorrow? Your answer coming up just a few minutes. First, though, here are the temperatures for tonight. It's going to get chilly. I've got your weekend forecast when we come back.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 11 with Paula Francis and Dave Courvoisier. The first local news in HD. Channel 8 and Eye on Health brings you the latest medical breakthroughs and current health information important to you. Watch special reports in our newscast, then find out more online with a complete Eye on Health directory at LasVegasNow.com, featuring a list of healthcare professionals like Nevada Cancer Institute, the Fertility Center of Las Vegas, and Women's Specialty Care. To find out more about these and other Eye on Health specialists, log on to LasVegasNow.com. Unique investigations, in-depth local politics, and in tough times, connecting people with the help they need. It's why more people turn to Channel 8 than any other station in Las Vegas. Eyewitness News, the most watched news at 4, at 4:30, at 5, and Eyewitness News at 11, the most watched local newscast in Southern Nevada. Experience Eyewitness News.
New penalties are being sought for crimes against judges.
The request came after Washoe County Family Court Judge Chuck Weller was shot in the chest by convicted killer Darren Mack. The bill request came from the Nevada Supreme Court, and among other things, it will allow judges to keep their addresses secret. It also makes it a crime to file a false lien claim against a judge and makes murder of a judge punishable by death.
Security forces in India say they're preparing for another attack. New threats have emerged, saying India's airports are on a hit list. Indian TV reported aviation authorities are preparing for a 9/11 type attack. The threat came in an email from the same Pakistani militant group which claimed responsibility for last week's attacks in Mumbai. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is in Pakistan. She is pressuring leaders there to help.
This is a global struggle, and it reminds us that all responsible states have to play their role in making certain that the terrorists can't get away with this kind of attack.
Investigators say the only surviving gunman told them he and 24 others trained for months inside Pakistan. Pakistan has pledged to take strong action against those involved in the siege. President Bush is praising a deal made today, setting timelines for withdrawing U.S. troops from Iraq. Mr. Bush thanked Iraq's prime minister and president for pushing through the agreement. It sets a 3-year time frame for American troops to leave that country. The deal says U.S. forces will withdraw from Iraqi cities by June 30th, 2009, and from the entire country by January 1st, 2012.
And there will be a slight change to the upcoming presidential inauguration. The entire length of the National Mall will be open to the public. Committee members have pledged to make President-elect Barack Obama's inauguration, quote, the most open and accessible in history. In the past, parts of the mall were closed off for staging areas. The committee wants to make sure those who don't have tickets still have a chance to see the swearing-in ceremony.
A Colorado man is in critical condition tonight after he sacrificed himself to save his newborn granddaughter. 65-year-old James Lewin was injured after a tree lighting ceremony. He was walking his granddaughter across the street when a pickup truck turned and headed straight for them. He pushed the baby's stroller out of the way before he was hit and dragged down the road.
You know, everybody's saying she's an angel, he's an angel. She has the best grandpa in the world. And he will be here. I know he will be.
The retired firefighter suffered multiple injuries and is on a ventilator. His family says, though, he's making good progress and they hope he'll make a full recovery. Channel 8 is taking donations for our Toys for Tots drive. We do it every year with the Marine Corps Reserve. We're asking you to make this holiday a little brighter for a child. From now until December 12th, please drop off a new unwrapped toy at our studio or any local Smith's grocery store. For a list of locations, go to LasVegasNow.com.
And a big thank you goes out tonight from all of us here at Channel 8. The total from pledged donations to our Wednesday's Child Christmas call-in came to more than $30,000. You are helping to make a foster child's Christmas season a lot brighter with all that. And in just 3 days, thousands of runners will hit the streets for Las Vegas Marathon. This year, the weather will be pretty good for runners. Marathon coach Gracie Updike says the temperature outside does play a big role in anyone's performance. This Sunday at the start of the race, temperatures expected to be in the low 40s. Updike says dress warm, but be prepared to shed some clothes.
Because your body's heating up, and after the marathon you get, after about 15-20 miles, your body temperature raises. I'd recommend to layer up a little bit so that you can delayer, and if you do have spectators out on the course, something lightweight that you can throw to your family or tie around your waist.
Okay, so layer and delayer. All right, Eyewitness News will have complete coverage of the Las Vegas Marathon. We'll be live during our Sunday morning show starting at 6 and 8 a.m. And then stay tuned for a marathon wrap-up at 2 p.m. right here on Channel 8.
I saw Elvis.
Yes.
That's just one of them.
Oh.
There are many,
and
they'll all be there that day.
Great.
There's the flying Elvises and there's the running Elvises.
It's the flying Elvi.
Elvi.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's okay. Actually, 40 is just about right for getting a start to a marathon.
And the thing is we're not expecting any rain, and we're not expecting not going to be a big wind event.
Yeah.
The wind chill is not good for those morning temps. And outside right now, we are looking at a partly clear sky because earlier today we had the cloud cover. Now as we sort of pan the skyline, you can't see it, but there are some stars out there. Here's the view from Henderson from earlier today. I want to show you, we woke up to gray skies, and we thought we were going to get at least some peaks of sunshine here and there, but as the day progressed, these clouds just came in from the north, and they sort of just enveloped the region. Right now, those clouds have now started to migrate off towards the east and to the south, so things are looking pretty good right now. Current temperatures upper 40s to even 50, even for Charleston and Torrey Pines. We're at 58 for Laughlin, the lake at 54 degrees. Cold up Mount Charleston right now, 27 degrees, 25 up in Rachel, Nevada. Here are the wind speeds. They have remained light throughout the day. I think they'll pick up just a little bit tomorrow in some locales, but not a lot. We're not looking for a big wind event for tomorrow and for your weekend. Highs for the day, upper 50s to low 60s throughout many neighborhoods here in the valley. Actually, could have gotten warmer than this if we just had more sunshine. 57 for Overton, 60 for the lake, 65 for Laughlin. Let's show you the top temperature at McCarran for the day today. We shot right back up to 60 degrees, or just shy of 60 degrees, I should say. 59 degrees today. Our normal is 60. 44 is what we bottomed at overnight. So we're right about average for this time of the year, thanks to the cloud cover. Tomorrow will be just a tad bit warmer. Here's a look right now at the radar. Most of the west coast looking clear and dry. We do have snow coming down, lake effect snow, right around the Michigan Peninsula, Great Lakes region, just getting socked with all that snow we had this week. Ahead of this cold front, we've got the rainfall coming down in New York and Baltimore, which is now starting to edge back out to sea. So that is not a big issue over there. So what happened today? Why didn't we see any? We got the cloud cover. There it is from a minor disturbance off the coast. That has swung through, but all the moisture was in the upper levels of the atmosphere, not the lower levels like we saw last week. So that really pretty much stayed up there, and we didn't get any raindrops here on the ground. So we just got the cloud cover from it. See how clear it is behind this disturbance? That's what we're going to see for the rest of tonight and for tomorrow morning, too. Travel forecast, going to get some snow in Chicago and Denver. They're dropping to the teens tonight. Patchy fog and clouds in Seattle. 44 degrees tonight, clearing up with light north winds. We're at 62 for our Friday. Sunny and warmer with winds about 5 to 10, all coming from the north. And your 7-day forecast, the weekend is here. Here's how it looks. Mid-60s. Clear and sunny on Saturday. Sunday, yeah, we've got the clouds, but like we said, now we're not looking for any type of precip, not looking for any wind, and the morning will start off to the mid-40s and clear and sunny next week. Got the rodeo, got the Santa Run. We just got everything this weekend.
Yeah.
Ice skating at Lake Las Vegas would be nice, too.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Thanks, Ted.
Sure.
A little bit of snow. You know what? The Green Bay Packers laughed at this snowfall today. That's nothing for them.
It's really true.
Yeah.
They want to make sure this Sunday's game goes on as planned, so hundreds of fans came out today and shoveled snow onto long chutes at Lambeau Field. The team hopes to have it all cleared before their game against the Texans.
They know how to handle snow.
Yes.
Look at that.
Practiced,
Amazing.
storied. So, another game.
Another game. Runner Rebels got a big weekend ahead of them. The Rebels, getting set, running right into the eye of the storm this week, and they've got the Wolfpack waiting for them, and it's the students who are talking more on that. Plus, get ready for the NFR. It's recession-proof, or so it seems, but it's just a lot of fun. More next here on Channel 8.
This portion of Eyewitness News in HD is brought to you by Findlay Acura.
Where do you find out about events happening in the Las Vegas Valley? The community calendar at lasvegasnow.com. You can find out about activities in your neighborhood or across town. And if you'd like to add an event to the calendar, it's just a click away. Whether it's family entertainment or public meetings, stay informed about community events at the community calendar on lasvegasnow.com.
Now, Channel 8 Eyewitness Sports with Chris Maathuis.
At the beginning of the season, the San Diego Chargers a pretty good Super Bowl bet. Now it's a bet they probably won't even reach the postseason. They're looking to snap a 3-game slide. Phillip Rivers tossing 3 touchdowns. Vincent Jackson goes 59 yards. All smiles in San Diego as they thump the Raiders 34-7. It's their 11th straight win over Oakland. UNLV is coming off a very important win. Now it even becomes more important as the Rebels travel to Reno. It's always a big deal when they play in-state rivals. And you know the Rebels and Wolfpack are talking, not just the players. Students are letting the players hear it.
Just like last week, all the students already telling me we got to go up there and get this win. So they already been putting pressure on me from last week. So I know it's an important game to the school and plus our team.
There'll definitely be a lot of people up there booing us, but that's what we play for, that good old rivalry.
It's definitely a game we need to win, and it's exciting to go up there and get a win on the road.
All right, seems almost impossible, but there will be no TV for this rivalry game. The administrations from both schools couldn't work out terms on the television deal. Fight fans are counting down till the Golden Boy meets Pac-Man. Oscar De La Hoya seems to have a more serious tone in his voice as he talks about beating Manny Pacquiao. You get the feeling Oscar, who is favored, isn't messing around.
And I've trained hard for him. I've been prepared for these fights, but the preparation that I've done now for Manny Pacquiao, if he hurts me, then my hat's off to him. But it's going to be very difficult.
They train hard, so it would be a fun. A lot of action on Saturday.
Can you beat him?
Well, yeah, of course.
All right, tomorrow's weigh-in free and open to the public over there at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Well, the National Finals Rodeo rolls into Las Vegas with a ton of fun for everyone. Cowboys, cowgirls, young and old. This is the time of year that turns to gold.
Save a horse, ride a cow.
Forget a recession, it's rodeo time.
You got to choose your priorities, and rodeo's my priority, that's for sure.
People are so into rodeo that they figure we're going to do it anyway.
There's a lot more to do than riding and roping. For some, it's a time to let it ride. What's your favorite event in the rodeo?
The bull riding.
Why is that?
The butts.
Save a horse, ride
Why not spend your last days of freedom on a bull?
I'm actually out here with my girlfriends for my bachelorette party.
Some might seem married to the rodeo. Here's a guy who's been there right from the start, 1959.
Well, it's something to do in December.
The NFR, 50 years strong and still raising eyebrows.
You know, we mentioned there's something for everybody here at the NFR. Yeah, for everybody.
From far and wide, fans flock to Las Vegas in December. From Canada to Australia, they come. It's just what cowboys do.
This is where they want to come because they're cowboys.
It spoils you. You don't even want to go to another rodeo after you've been to one of these.
Grew up on a horse, but I was never good enough to compete.
So now you can come here and dream.
Come here and dream, just like football.
To some, the NFL just isn't the NFR, and that's no bowl.
Call the thing a rodeo.
All right, that thing continues through all next week, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Will it be all right?
It's a lift we needed.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah, exactly.
I'll be right back.
Get ready for the most exciting community event of the year. On December 7th, more than 17,000 runners pushed their endurance to the limit. The 2008 Las Vegas Marathon. 26 miles of pure adrenaline. Start to finish, Channel 8 is there every step of the way. Tune in beginning at 2 for complete marathon highlights and get the best seat to cheer your friends on. For more information, visit our website, lasvegasnow.com.